Welcome to the NCAA Softball Championship. We are in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the home of the University of Alabama, inside Rhodes Stadium for Game 2 of 3 here on Elimination Saturday. Jackson State getting ready to take on Belmont. The loser will have their season come to an end. The winner will take on Virginia Tech later today to try to stay into and in the tournament. The
vulnerable for that call again if she continues to step out with that left foot crossover.
But instead, she strikes out swinging. Great start for Giles.
Just 15 home runs as a team.
Half as many as Corey McMillan, the slugger for Virginia Tech, who we get to see again later today. Spindler, who's a freshman, throws out Stevens. The NCAA tournament had been red hot to finish out the season, leading them to the SWAC Tournament Championship. Very good start, 1, 2, 3, including 2 strikeouts for Giles. Arizona. And quite well from what I heard.
Yeah, back when dinosaurs walked the earth.
NCO shows bunt, gets it down, and the third baseman was crashing Jackson to get the first out. Numbers. Laura Matthews very impressed with what she's been able to do. She sends Willis, who can't come up with it. Spindler's gonna try for 3, and she's gonna make it.
We knew coming into today there'd been a ton of rain.
Which was Virginia Tech, who fell to Alabama, and we started on time. That's into the hole, and Belmont scores its first run of the regional. Hughes drives in Spindler.
So important to just get timely hitting, and early in this game, great job to take advantage of that miscue and left to put a runner on third base. Nicole Hughes doesn't try to do too much. Great job by Ariana Murillo to be able to stop that ball, but with it getting in that 5-6 hole and squibbling away, it puts a run on the board for
Murillo goes over to second. They can't turn 2, but get the lead runner Hughes. Now there's 2 away. There's Christina from Whittier, California. Jackson State and Jackson, Mississippi. Hit to center field where Stevens was perfectly placed for the final out.
Denise, the head coach at San Diego State.
They got a big game against UCLA today.
Sure do.
First pitch swing for Almaraz, and that's a leadoff single. Second hit of the regionals for Jackson State. Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech when this is over, the other Tech. I just saw that Georgia Tech is losing right now. That's a good sac bunt by Willis to send Almaraz, pardon me, over to second.
When Georgia Tech lost yesterday, so they're behind in their elimination.
After falling behind, Giles gets her 3rd strikeout.
Ball up in the zone, you know that she's got to be ready.
0-2 goes into right field, and this should be a run for Jackson State, and it is tied up on Carlson's 2-out RBI single.
Had to give it a little bit of a double clutch. It's a changeup. Down the right field line, finds its way just inside the line. Great opportunity for a run with a runner in scoring position. The other arms in the circle and save her for the nightcap if they do advance.
That's under the glove of the third baseman, Spindler. 3 hits in this.
Lift it into that shallow left center gap. You can be successful.
The shift works as she lines out to end the inning, but an RBI single. Double elimination all the way through. Balsiger strikes out. Goes after the first pitch, backhanded nicely by Murillo, and what a pick over there at first base by Almaraz.
I see you flashing the leather over there.
Now the 2-2. Again, Murillo showing some stuff over there at shortstop. 1, 2, 3 inning for Morris after Jackson State tied up the game. Contact lenses. That would help you see the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, her mom got tired of her striking out last year and took her to the doctor.
Let's see her speed.
No
Not
chance.
even a throw.
No chance. Not with that kind of speed down the line. That high hop is just picture.
Yep, she's going. Bunt is down. And she's going to go all the way to third, but is out. So Gibson had made up her mind that she was going to go to third. And she has been thrown out. 2 out, nobody on. Jackson over to Spindler, who threw out back-to-back runners to end the game. The infield single, but then Gibson left early and a couple of ground outs. Nothing doing, we're still tied, 1 apiece. New program record since they joined Division I. Second baseman Mackenzie Barney battling the sun a little bit. Grabs it for the first out, and power hitter, everybody playing in on her. And the shortstop, Murillo, grabs it. Out number 2. Don't miss a minute of the action from the NCAA softball. Willis slipped in the squishy outfield and left.
Yes, that was the term that was given to us, squishy.
Yes. And that gets into short right field. Gibson had a chance, but no one was covering first base.
She said, I don't know why athletes wouldn't want to come here to play. It's a great place to go to school.
Really good school. Ball goes all the way to the backstop. That allows Spindler to trot on down to second.
Hit. You should be disappointed in drawing the walk, and this is a pitch that could have been driven a really long way.
Shot to Murillo, who's been really good at shortstop. A few nice assists over there. From beneath the clouds, or above the clouds. That is hammered into right field and off the top of the wall. Almaraz with a stand-up double just missed a home run. Almaraz, who is now 2 for 2 today. And she goes over to third on a nicely placed bunt by Willis. 1 away and a runner on third.
I mean, just station and then approaches from low to high, so that rise ball can be sometimes hard to pick up in a swing.
Gets her for the second straight time with a swinging strikeout.
That one.
With 2 outs in the second inning. But skies that one playable for Hughes. She straddles the line. They got to run until I believe it was sometime in the 90s.
95, 96.
Very good, Jennifer. They changed it to the Bruins. They have a really cool mascot now. Gressley, you don't want to hit it to Almaraz, do you?
No, she's pretty much a vacuum over there at the...
To center in her first at bat. And before we talked to Coach Matthews live, she was like, well, we got to get our bats going. And Barnes sends Gibson back, but there's the speed. She can play in and then go back and grab it. 9,000 undergrad students at that private school. Again, the play.
Just impressive. Really good at bat for Belmont.
And on the 9th pitch, she hits it to Barney. Throws her out to end the inning, and Strand Balsiger. The run's hard to come by. We are still in a full count pitch here to start things off in the 5th. Galecki throws her out. Morris had singled in her first at bat, and now the number 9 hit. And she sends it into the outfield. Balsiger just had to drift over to her left to grab it.
At the plate. It's been a difficult transition for a lot of older athletes.
That's up the middle. She's going to beat that out easily. They want you to steal second, or at least try. Up in the booth. There she goes. But it doesn't matter. The point is moot because Stevens just struck out to end the inning. Gibson stranded at first. Cockrell to start things off. 1 run on 6 hits and no errors for Jackson State. 1-4-0 for Belmont. Make it 1-5-0 for Belmont. Cockrell, the number 8 hitter, leads the 5th off with a single. Second time, popped out to second her first time up, and there's the bunt. And that'll work. A nice job by Barney, the second baseman, to snag the throw that was leading her towards foul territory.
On.
Sends it over to the right side. That moves the runner over to third. And there are now 2 away.
Well, and a good.
Hit into left field, should be playable for Willis, and it is. And Cockrell is stranded at third. Strikes among those 75 pitches, but as Jenny mentioned, Giles and Willis working really together. Whether one starts, the other one will come in often, and that's a nice strikeout to get Willis going, to get Jackson around 89 because of the humidity, which is 65%, down from around 95% when we first got here this morning.
Well, it was basically raining when we got here. Take off the S for sure.
1-2. Got her. McKenzie gets Gabrielle. Second out.
And that ball up and in.
Off the glove of Bloom, and the wild pitch sends the pinch runner Hill down to second.
And not a lot down in the zone for Will.
Gets the swing and the miss, struck out the side, the walk. Ended up being stranded at second. Guy single back in the first, grounded out after that. Extra step over there at third, plenty of time by Jackson to throw. Sends that into the gap. Hits right at the base of the warning track. That's a 1-out stand-up double for Gressley.
Is the year that she started to trust that knee completely and not thinking about it anymore.
Took an extra pitch, but she did get the walk. 2 on, just 1 out. Busker pops it up. Jackson with the calling off everybody emphatically. Off the glove of Jackson. They're waving the pinch runner Bertucci home. Belmont takes the lead in the bottom of the 6th. Big.
What makes you a leader? Coming through in a big moment. Brenna Bloom out ahead of that pitch on the outside part of the plate. Sneaks it past the glove at third in the 5-6 hole. Pinch runner comes around to score. Nice job by Bertucci to come.
Hit to the shortstop, Murillo, who has been very solid. The big hit with 2 outs, the RBI single by Brenna Bloom. Morris and Murillo due up. Morris is in the on-deck circle, lifted as the pitcher. But we'll come back into hit, and that's hit right to Hughes. Steps on the bag for the first out. Walks have been a problem for Willis this year. That's the second one she has given up in as many innings. Hit to the third baseman. Spindler gets the lead runner 2 away.
Nice.
2 away. Jackson State needs a run. Gibson takes it for ball 4. Great at bat. That was an 8-pitch at bat.
And the third.
And she'll get a chance to hit with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Day had one yesterday. Their only hit against Virginia Tech, sent into the outfield. Barnes is under it, grabs it to end the game, and Jackson State leaves the bases loaded. Mackenzie Willis. A little bit of drama to end that game with 3 walks in the inning, but congratulations to Belmont, their first trip to the big dance. They get their first tournament win. We'll see Kalia Gibson and company again next year. Another great season for the SWAC champions, but they fall 2-1 to Belmont.